children screaming outside my window.
Yeah. Yeah, seems about right.
I'm getting 10% of my sodium.
Oh my god.
I guarantee you already got enough sodium today. I moved closer to you. You're definitely getting enough salt. That was literally the last thing Mike said to me before I left today. He's like, good thing you ended the day on a bad note.
Aww.
He thought he was pretty clever. I took it as a compliment. That's a pre-show. When will the rest of the players arrive? Who knows?
Yeah, sorry. Once I stop eating goldfish, I'll
What
be...
rest of the players?
Yeah,
The others are dead to us.
Yeah, pretty much.
I made them better.
That would actually have been a really funny way to like start or end, right? Like go to a commercial, everybody brings out a like a broom.
A little doll.
Yeah, a little doll or something, a little fake scarecrow they built. Yeah, little E-Dice Arts and Crafts. That would have been fun.
Everybody just turns into sock puppets.
Right? We could still do that actually. Sock puppets would be pretty easy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now's the time on the pre-show where we post all of the everything. Also, I'm going to run an ad quick. Sorry in advance. Because there's nobody here, so who cares?
I'm getting my post going now.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you buy that monster at work, Mike? Yeah.
Alright,
saw
we're
that
through the
they-
goldfish.
Yeah.
You just hit the vending machine on the way home, and there's your meal prepping.
Yeah, these things are changing my life. It's probably not for the better.
Probably
The
not.
monsters are changing your life?
Yeah, the lemonade ones? Like, what?
Oh.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
just lemonade.
I really do want to try it. I actually tried... Oh, I gotta grab that. I tried Gamer Fuel for the first time. That's not great. I don't know if anybody else has drank it, but...
Which one did you have?
We got the 0-calorie watermelon and the blue.
I like the blue, but the blue is not...
The blue is like weird cotton candy.
Yeah, no, it's not great.
Yeah, I wasn't about it. It was not
When
actually
you drink,
Huh?
If you drink more than one, it's really bad.
You're not
you can
supposed
taste
to really
the,
drink more than one.
You can
energy
taste the
drink.
raw.
You can taste some of the
Picture.
undercoating of it.
Oh.
Yeah, I did take a bunch of photos while I drank it. They're on Twitter. It's mostly me doing what Mike just did, but then making a face at the end of it, like. And then I tweeted at Victory in a Can, and for some reason they did not retweet it. I don't know why not, but
Yeah, so this one literally just tastes like an Arnold Palmer. So
Yeah.
if you like it just doesn't taste like Monster. It doesn't taste. It's just
Like an iced tea lemonade.
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, in fairness, I do really like Arnold Palmer.
it's just got a shit ton of caffeine in it. Actually, how much caffeine do you have in it? Yep.
How much?
A shit ton.
How much?
How much?
170 mgs.
Wow. So that's
I don't know
almost
what that
double
is.
what the Gamer Fuel has.
Yeah, this is good.
Mm-hmm.
Where do I read the caffeine on this?
The raspberry one's my favorite out of the teas.
Oh yeah.
Actually, I haven't had that one yet.
My
How
favorite
many
one-
mgs did you say?
Wait,
This
what?
is 170.
This one's only 160.
Oh,
Wow. So the lemonade Arnold Palmer one has more.
Yeah.
It's funny.
oh, Dave, you tweeted that tired of being a bird thing. That's where I saw it.
Tired of being a bird. Oh yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah. Yes, that was super funny. Jenny showed me that actually. I was dying.
Super
They-
dumb.
They
But
must
I
have
love
like
it.
yeah, they must have like coached those birds. They must have like coated it. I don't know what birds flavors birds like, but that's the only thing I can think of.
It's very dumb,
Yeah. It is very dumb, but
but I loved it.
yeah, that's where I was at too. And I was like, well, I love this. I'm tired of not being a bird, actually.
It's fair.
Yeah. Did y'all see my message in Slack?
Which
Yes.
The one where you said we're killing Tom when he comes in.
Yes, that's the one.
Saw that. I'm also currently very mad at Tom, actually,
Oh?
because you said he's playing fucking Valorant, and I play Valorant, and he's never told me he plays Valorant.
He
Yeah, it's
fucking
'cause he
lives for
actually
Valorant.
plays.
Are you kidding me? That's like how he measures his time off. It's like
Wait,
how many...
really?
Yes, he loves Valorant.
What the fuck?
I didn't know you played Valorant.
I don't play a ton of it, but
Oh.
I do enjoy a good game of Valorant.
I hate that game. And not just because I'm
Played it?
terrible at... Yeah, I got into the beta, actually.
Mm.
I played a couple games because I wanted to stream it, and I was like, wow, I am very terrible at this.
What is Valorant?
It's League of Legends, Counter-Strike / Overwatch mix.
Yeah, Overwatch seemed like the most apt to me, but I don't play a lot of other games, so...
Have
It's
you
much closer to Counter-Strike than Overwatch.
Gotcha.
have you seen that they're making a Pokemon kind of League of Legends game?
Yeah, I don't know that anything
Yeah.
has been more polarizing to the fandom. That the day that came out, so many people were upset. Like a surprising amount of people.
Yeah, no, that's... I mean, it's only for Switch, right?
I don't remember, actually.
I feel like it's on two different things because I thought it was cross-platform.
I don't think it's on PC. If it's on PC, I'll play the shit out of it.
It's called Pokemon Unite, and it's the Switch and mobile devices, so like your phone.
Mobile?
Yeah,
Damn.
a lot of their new games have been phone access as well.
Oh, what the fuck?
So is Tristan just, is he like out, or is he like working on it?
Wait, what are you talking about? Yo, what up? I forget if we're allowed to say your name or not. Dreams ripped. I know who you are, but...
We can fucking say his name.
No, dude. Someone got very mad at me.
Yeah, don't. This one said I don't care though. But
Oh, that's Haggerty. So get ready for all the fucking Giphies.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, I'm looking at some assholes fucking Giphies on Facebook right now. But if we're calling them out, then
Yeah.
Rob, you're a nerd.
Rob is a nerd, but, wow. Yo, what up, man? Haggerty's also gotten his, D&D stream going, which was fun.
Yeah.
I was
That is-
hanging out there, and we gotta train him up because group's being a little mean to him, being a little rude, being a little pushy, swindling his NPCs, getting the cultists to slit their own throats.
I mean that's what you do in a cult though.
That is, yeah, fair enough. What you do in a cult. All right, well, I'm gonna run one more ad while nobody's here and try and get the maximum time we can. You shouldn't say anything, Mr. Haggerty. I think you're the only one in chat besides Amanda. And Amanda, you're gonna get to you get an ad. You're welcome.
Oh, man,
Haggerty,
I love ads.
Right?
yeah, we're... don't wait.
Threw an error at me. That's exciting. Never seen that one before.
No ads for you.
Yeah, I guess it's not gonna work. Well, we've all poked Tom a bunch.
Yeah, where's Tom?
Still playing Valorant.
What a piece of shit.
I feel like Irene is no longer with us.
I gotta
So
play some Valorant with Tom. I'm pumped now.
yeah, I know you're just gonna leave and go play Valorant. I get it.
I'll play with you, Dave. It'd be fun.
I am very bad.
It's okay. We get you a shotgun, put you around one of the corners, and just say fucking wait here.
Who drew all this shit? Where did this come from? What's all this weird
Oh.
stuff at the bottom?
Where
What?
did that come from?
What is this weird face?
Yeah, what is that down there?
I don't remember if that was me or not, so I apologize.
I just
It
don't
might
remember.
not have been me.
I don't remember any of
Wasn't me.
this. It was you?
Oh, that was the bird that Dahlia got.
Oh, yeah, that's
When
my
you got
bird.
Yeah.
It's
got the
Muscle
big
Bird.
Oh
That-
yeah, it's Muscle Bird.
That's a bird?
Yeah, it's got
Yeah.
a beak,
Gotta
Hmm.
be
and it's yellow. This bird color.
very yellow.
It's yellow because bird color. Got it.
I still like my Howard Johnson logo that I.
I saved that.
You think we're gonna get hit with a copyright infringement?
Absolutely not.
Where?
Someone would have to watch this.
Oh,
Up in the top right.
Yeah, the Howard Johnson one's very good. Although, hold on, I can't get it on stream yet. Wow, I really gotta zoom in.
And then you put it on stream, and then it immediately gets disabled.
Yeah, that's the Howard Johnson right there. Howard Johnson. Yeah, you did good. You did a good job with it.
Riley is typing.
Oh, that could be good.
Oh yeah, sorry, not Tristan Riley. That's what I meant for internet. Is
Yeah.
it like down, or is he just?
He's still trying.
Mm,
Wow.
Dave,
Yeah.
your haircut looks nice.
Oh, thank you.
I meant to
Thank
say it
you.
earlier, and I forgot until now.
That's okay. We had somebody new in chat on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And they were late enjoy. I think it was Sunday. It was Sunday or last Thursday. I think it had to be Sunday. I don't think I've had the haircut that long, have I?
I think it was Sunday.
Was it Sunday?
Yeah.
And they asked something, and I was like, oh, there's actually a clip that explains this. So I posted the link, and they were just like, wow, you had long hair. I was like, oh yeah, you came at the right time. I definitely do that a lot. I showed Maria a photo today. I was like, yeah, my mom keeps sending me these photos from like 8 years ago. And like on top of me not liking old photos because of nostalgia, I also was like 40 pounds later
oof.
and much more attractive. So I was just like, that's not what I need at all. And then she like looked at it for a while, and then she did that thing that everybody does when they look at an old photo of me, because they're like, that's not you. I'm like, yes, I just look literally like a different person every 2 years.
Thanks, Mom.
Yep. Pretty
I get
much.
all my hair cut off this Saturday.
This Saturday?
Yeah.
That's
As
nice.
in, like, 2 days from now. I'm so excited.
That's fun. Where you going?
There's this lady I've been going to for, like, 2 years. Her name
Oh,
is...
you're getting a black market haircut?
No. Her place is open now.
Oh, okay.
She's able to do it. But they gotta do, like, the thing where it's, like, the face mask, and then the plastic visor, and then the weird apron.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, so I'll say it, because I had it done a week ago. Getting a haircut with a mask, not nearly as annoying or complicated as I expected it to be. Because I was like, you got... That's
You're
right.
like-
It's right there. What are you going to do? Not an issue.
Like, there's hair there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not an issue. Pulled it down for 1 second and, tightened up like the mutton chops there, and we were good. I was like, huh.
Mutton
That was
chop.
much easier than I expected. What?
Mutton chops.
Mutton chop. Yeah.
Riley just liked our Facebook post.
I do
Nice.
see that.
That's gonna be a good sign.
Well, I mean, he's still got a phone.
It's on his phone.
What?
Mm.
I said what you said, unless he's on his phone.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, he literally has to be on his phone, because the first thing he did was say, my internet's down.
Yeah.
Oh, crap. I opened up MS Paint. That was not what I meant to do.
That's what you meant to do.
It's not what I meant to do.
So what you do now is like the pre-shows, you just pull it into the middle of the screen where the thing is, and then you have our audience like draw what they suggest. And you turn it into an art stream.
Art stream does sound good.
You should do an art stream.
My
I
art's
would
really
like-
bad. I actually sent my art to Ethan today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, hey, you still got commissions open? He's like, yeah, I got one spot. And I was like, I kind of want to do a thing. He was like, okay. And I was like, here it is. And I sent him, I'll post this photo, I don't care. And he was like, wow.
Where are you posting it?
Twitter. He's like, wow, I really like the magic. And it was insulting. I know he meant well, but it was insulting.
Ethan, if you're out there watching,
I like how you're buddying up to him. Makes me happy.
I don't know what that
I'm a
means.
little jealous.
I don't know what that means.
You're just trying to steal my friends.
I'm not stealing
What-
your damn
what
friends.
message means your friendship is now higher than Mike's friendship with him? Because it's like the Sims rules where you just talk to someone over and over until you're best friends.
I just high five until...
You high five and then do laughing motions.
Ethan loves you, Mike, and you know that.
I haven't talked to him in like probably 2 weeks now, other than like a 10-minute. Hey, the comic hasn't done anything. Hope
Well.
we win.
Maybe you need to not just have transactional relationships with people.
Those are the only types I know how to have.
You know how to have antagonistic relationships with people.
Just do like what you do with everybody else, and then take a really weird clip of a picture and then just send it to the person 3 times in a row.
So I sent. Speaking of, what's the fighting word? Starts with an A.
Valorant.
No.
Antagonistic.
Yeah, antagonistic relationships. D'Angelo asked me to score his humbleness today.
Oh yeah, yeah, he did that to me too. I
Yeah,
like
so I pointed
your
out-
answer was better though.
Okay, you did hear it.
Say it anyway.
I told him that the higher he was scored in humbleness, that actually meant the less humble he was, so then the score would start going down, and he would actually hit an infinite loop of like humbleness and arrogance that he could never come out of.
Okay, I did not hear all of that. I heard whatever your score is minus 1.
Oh,
And I thought that
told
was
him
funny. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I told him anything he scored in humbleness would start off an infinite loop, because if he's down on himself, then he's just going to keep falling. Like he'll score high, but then the fact that he scored high means that he's not down on himself anymore, which means the score would go down. And then once the score went low enough, it would mean he's humble enough to score high again, and it just loops.
Yeah, as stupid as that is, I told him a very similar thing. There, I posted the art. So I sent that to Ethan. I was like, this is what I'm thinking. He's like, I like the magic that's coming out. And I was like, well, I feel great. This is it. This is the whole show. It's just waiting on people.
Hello.
I heard.
Tom!
Hey, it's Tom.
Hi. Sorry I'm late, guys.
Uh-huh.
You're here.
Tom, I'm mad at you for several reasons.
All right, enumerate them.
One,
I will refute them one after the other.
I wish you were here earlier.
I'm sorry. That I do feel bad about.
2, I didn't know you fucking played Valorant. Why don't we play Valorant together?
Because I'm booty at it. I'm very bad.
I'm bad at everything I do.
That is accurate.
That is true. I have met you. I can't refute that.
David, can you get the picture to load?
Play with me.
Hold on.
It just.
Play with me. Play with me.
Someone asked if this is a one shot, and it's the end of a one shot.
It was a one shot.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
true.
It kind of is still, right? One shot doesn't necessarily mean one.
It's a one shot, but it's like one of those like sawed off shotguns.
I
It's like a
just-
lot coming out.
That's an actual question.
Can you one shot with a sword?
Yeah, can you one-shot someone with a sword?
Well,
Yes.
what do you consider like shooting
The-
with a sword?
The energy sword in Halo.
Yeah, so if you go to kill somebody and you have a gun and you bang and you kill them with a single bullet, that's a one-shot, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now can you do the same thing with a sword? If you swing it once, have you one-shotted them?
No.
Why?
Because words mean things.
Hard counter. Literally means figuratively.
Is it a piercing or a slicing weapon?
Yeah, I don't know. I never really cared. I thought it was an absolutely inane argument, but I really did not like the guy who started it, so I loved trolling him. So whatever stance he took, which was you can't one-shot with a sword, I just fucking doubled down on that you could. And it didn't even matter. Like, I didn't even have an argument. It was just like, no, you're dumb. And then just kept poking.
I mean, Squid's got a point. If it's a piercing weapon, you just pierce them in the right spot, and then it's like a one-shot.
Thaco Thursday. Like hold on, wait, that's a thing. Thaco Thursday? Hold on, back up. Let's keep going.
Well, I'm on the Thaco Thursday train.
Yeah, Thaco Thursday, let's do it. Yeah, second edition's coming back.
Yeah, your picture doesn't work, for the record.
What the fuck? It looks just fine for me. I'm literally looking at it right now.
Well, I'm not. Can you put it on the stream for us?
Yeah. Hold on.
I
Hold on. I just gotta remember how. Boom. There it is. Well, please? Yeah, there it is.
Jesus.
Please enjoy the art.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That looks like,
like
a 15-year-old that tries really hard.
You know, this is why I don't share things with you people. You both just cackled for 40 seconds each and took divergent paths to insult me.
I like his eyeballs.
I don't know if that's an insult or not.
Yeah,
it
what is
reminds
happening?
me of a really angry thistle plant.
Yeah, the spikes on the face are what make it weird.
So it's supposed to be a sea anemone or a sea urchin, whichever one's prickly.
Oh, that's super cool.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's really cool.
Yeah, see, it was a good fucking idea. And you're all like, you're dumb and should be hated.
Hey.
Hey.
I didn't say those words.
It felt like you did. Hold on. So what happened then is my friend, Victoria, made this one.
Is this going on Twitter or on?
Twitter.
It's not going to work again.
Yeah, it is, because this one was... I could actually find this one. The other one I had to download back out of Discord and do dumb shit.
It didn't work.
It's not even finished loading yet, you smartass.
I'm not lying. It's not working.
Yeah, you're right. It's not. That doesn't make any sense. Come on. Oh, yeah, good. An error occurred with this image. That's exciting.
An error occurred with the other image.
Well, there it goes. Now I can see it. Hold on. I like his eye. I like his eyeball. AJ is probably drunk with power. He's been a mod for like a year and a half.
He might just be drunk.
He might just load it. He might just be drunk. That's true too. Really? Can you not? You seriously cannot load it?
Yeah, I can't load it.
Good lord.
It says an error occurred loading this image.
I don't know what's
wrong. Put it on stream.
Yeah. Hers is much better because she's an actual artist.
Ooh.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, she did a good job with it. And she gave it a little fin.
He's like, why are you looking at me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the fin works.
Yeah, the fin's good.
It definitely makes it feel more aquatic.
Yeah. It doesn't look hellish and like 15-year-old.
So the tentacles are really cool on this too, because they're like weird little sea slug things.
Did you sorry, are you actually getting a commission though, or did you decide not to?
Right now I'm not 100% sure. The price is completely reasonable for his art. It's just a little more than I was hoping, sure. Obviously. So we're kind of at that middle stage, because I was like, I was kind of like here, and he's like, yeah, I get that. And then I was like, I was probably over ambitious. And he was like, I can maybe do like the line work, to start it off. And
Sure.
Now I gotta go talk to the boss about how much money I'm allowed to spend on a beholder drawing. Ooh, that was definitely a thing. What the hell happened? Okay.
Okay.
This stinks because I don't want to miss Riley, but if he literally has no internet.
Yeah.
He's in the middle of restarting everything as of 2 minutes ago.
Okay.
It's for our comrade slain in battle.
Yeah, right? Okay. Does anyone want to do a recap? You are allowed to say no, because I know y'all hate it.
It's a strong word.
Let me try and
What?
recall.
I said hate's a strong word.
Oh, we captured a Mothman.
Yeah, I don't mind recapping.
All right, I will invite you to do it then.
Okay. So bear with me.
Going well.
Pretty sure it ended with Uncle's blimp showing up
Mm-hmm.
and landing in the school. And then right before that, another Sea Society friend had walked up onto the fields and presumably died at the feet of poor old Cecil. Poor young Cecil.
Yeah, was there like a crack in the tank or something? Is that what we did? It was definitely like not doing well.
Yeah.
Or it had been in a fight or something. It was something like that. Yeah, I don't remember.
They had wandered over from the local theater.
Right.
And
yes.
yeah, their tank was kind of cracked, and they were like gonna take a nap.
I live in a
everybody-
society. Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And then as like the blimp's landing, and we got that person on the field, and like we had just gotten away from a Mothman, and all that stuff, cuts to the theater at the end of the recap, and it shows our bug friends who had stolen all the power before
Yeah.
wreaking havoc at the theater,
Mm-hmm.
and a million more Mothman. That
Uh,
was a joke part. There wasn't more Mothman.
I was gonna say I don't remember that.
I think it was all Mothman.
I mean, if you guys want to fight more Mothman, believe you me, I can make that happen. So the other
Thank you.
thing that I took notes on, because I went back and re-listened to the episode, was the two reptoids that were impersonating the twin girls that were sneaking around in the library and hiding in the field where you're landing the blimp. Went to report to Cats, and
Yeah.
they said the whales are free, they're coming.
They're
The enemies are trying to summon the barrier, but they won't be able to. We have our agents everywhere. We have the bugs, and we have our power supplies at the movie theater, the post office, and the farm.
Yeah.
And then we did a goofy little thing with Nessie or Champ or whatever cryptid you prefer.
I want it to be reminded that those two kids, fake kids, drank my potion.
Yes, yeah, they drank the Dreamy that failed its
Yeah.
creation crafting test or whatever. We can
Yeah,
say
but I
that.
still, I want that. I want my resolution. I want to see
Sure.
something happen.
You want vindication.
Yeah, he does.
I got someone to fucking drink it.
That's you got several people to drink it.
That's true. You're right.
I drank it, and then Lizard stole my husband.
That is true, and it's almost like there's a connection there. Anyway, so we cut back to the party landing a blimp. Now, you have set some things up in motion to kind of make this blimp landing ever so plausible, possible, probable, perhaps some would say. Someone is going to be responsible for the final roll that decides whether this blimp lives or dies. But is anyone doing anything else to improve the odds up until this point?
No.
Can
I was lighting the area
Yep.
After we broke into that one area,
Yeah, you stole all the lights and the electrical
Yeah.
cords. You turned on the floodlights. You turned to the goalposts upwards
Hi, Riley.
or something.
Right.
Wait, we
did
have a
it.
Riley?
Give
I
a
did
Riley.
Oh
Yeah.
my god! Right?
It's me, firing gun celebration.
Yeah.
Gave my internet a what for?
Sometimes you just gotta, you know. Sometimes you just gotta.
It only took like 500 restarts of my computer, my router, the wireless router. Good. Modem. It was fun.
And you won in the end.
Oh, we missed you.
For how long, we do not know.
Yeah, I flooded the field with light so that he could see it, since we ended up not doing this over at the farm.
I'm gonna hop on the radio and give him like left, right. You're too high. Go up. Like,
A B start. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
I explain the Konami code to him, and
Yeah.
then he'll clip through the building.
Right. He'll clip through the map, but then no damage will happen.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Smart. Anybody do anything else?
I'm just gonna watch.
Yeah.
No interest in this blimp.
No interest. Yeah, you were working on your. You were cooking something up.
I was.
Do you know what you were cooking up, or are you just cooking for the sake of cooking?
We'll find out when it's needed.
Gotcha. Little flash parallel. Okay. Are the arts still not showing up on Twitter? I'm upset.
I haven't checked, but I can.
Okay.
What do you mean, the arts?
I put arts up on, or I tried to put art up on Twitter, but apparently it
Still
didn't
not.
work.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
still not showing up.
That's infuriating. Okay. All right, then. It sounds like we have our answer. So you have increased your chances by 15% so far. So you're someone who is going to be rolling the D100 to land this blimp.
What skill are we?
It's gonna be a straight D100 roll. You're looking to roll a 45 or below.
I'll roll, since it's my uncle's blimp.
Okay. Now, a roll above 40 or 46 and above does not mean the blimp doesn't land. It just means it is broken.
I mean, do we ever really need to take off again?
What's that?
I mean, and though, look at that.
Holy shit!
never mind.
Oh, wow. That's like almost a perfect landing. That's like almost as good as we could expect. What a
He just,
beautiful moment in
broke
nowhere history. What'd you say?
I was gonna say he just one of his mirrors got turned sideways while he was parallel parking.
Yeah, no, that's actually super cool. So it would be, this is where our whole budget would have gone, right? We saved a bunch of money, you know, on like the last episode when all we did was go back, you know, from the farm to the school, which we had already seen, right? We were able to recycle that set, and then we just hung out outside of the school using it as a backdrop. So we put all of our money into this because, like, at one moment there is just this, you know, beautiful nowhere sky, right, which is, you know, vibrant and full of stars. And if you haven't noticed, we have a new overlay. Thank you to Riley for doing cool overlay things. Let's see.
Yeah.
Can I hide it and show off all of the art?
Whoa, Riley.
Right? Oh.
It's so
Hey, I
great.
can. Yeah. Right? It's very
spoopy
nice.
here.
Yeah.
It's fucking spoopy.
In one moment, right, there goes from being just a plain ordinary night to a massive, I don't know, World War something Zeppelin, right, just careening into the ground. And then, Irene, what are your instructions to to pull this up at the last second, right?
I'm mostly giving him sort of left-right stuff. I'm trying to guide him in around the lights, the bleacher stands, things like that.
Yeah.
Giving him wind speed readings,
Oh.
atmospheric pressure,
Yeah.
thermal waves, stuff like that. You know, important.
The usuals.
You know, fluxes in the torsion field.
Sure.
Directional pointing.
Yeah.
Completely reasonable. Okay. Yeah, and it lands. It lands safely. It lands cradled ever so gently in the safely. Oops, sorry. In the goalpost that you have set up for it, and a little inflatable slide pops out of the side of it. Very modern feature, right? This scruffy looking man, right, with, you know, a bald head, but like lots of hair fraying around the edges, and then like a little captain's hat, right? Pokes his little head out, goes, "This the one? Is this where I'm supposed to be?"
You're good.
Yeah.
Come on. He's like, "The whales were right behind us. You gotta get us to the control setup."
Oh god, do we have to go back to the hopscotch building?
Yes. Absolutely. Come on. Where do you think you are right now?
Did Irene set something up, or somebody set something up so we can find it later?
Yeah, I set up that was the one thing that I set up there, was a way for us to find it later.
Yeah, that's smart. I actually don't remember how I decided where it was moving to.
I'm gonna
Definitely
say just intuition.
No, I mean, I don't remember how I moved it around, and also I seem to have forgotten the notes I needed.
I
Crap.
think it's over near the Tavern Green Knight now.
Well, I think that's where it let you guys out before.
Yeah.
I think it
If I-
needed. I think it needed to move again. Hold on, let me grab my notes, my physical
Yeah.
notes, that are different from my other notes.
Hopefully it lands away from the angry clouds.
All right, guys. Before he gets back, let's all hide so that it looks like we're all gone.
Again.
Come on.
Hide.
All right,
Right now.
go.
Oh god.
Oh god. I can't. My arm is still.
My arm is in the view.
Shut up, I know. I don't.
Drop out of your chair.
You guys are scrubs. Scrubs. It's okay. I love you all.
He's gone longer than I thought he was going to be.
Just commit to the bit. You have to be strong. We must be strong.
Mike, what are you doing?
Gonna find me. He's gonna find me.
Bro, move your camera or something, for God's sake.
Can't. No.
Oh, ha ha! Y'all are real funny.
Literally couldn't even be bothered to get out of their chairs, half of them.
I mean, it was funny to come back to. I was like, and then I was like, no, I know what they did.
There's
We've been doing it every time.
There was not a commercial break. There should have been, because we're out of pre-roll ad again. But there are at least one names in the viewers that I do not recognize, so I do not wish to alienate them at this time. Was I gone for way longer than you expected? Did you start to think I wasn't going to come back?
It wasn't way long, but it was slightly longer than
It was
I
a touch. Yeah, well, so I had to let the cats out, and then... So Simon is trapped in the guest bedroom, and then I wanted to open the window for him, but he was standing in front of the window, so I couldn't open the window without disturbing him, and then he tried to run, and I was like, why do I bother with anything in life? Just a slave to these fucking cats. Somebody roll me a D18.
That's an odd number and
Yeah.
not a real die.
It's my favorite thing about using Roll20. It's just like it works every time. 18, 17, 16, 15. Okay, so the Hopscotch building has moved to the doctor's office, which is also known as the medical office, which is also where the angry clouds are. Didn't know they were angry, but here they are.
Oh, they're angry.
They're angry.
The no-no clouds.
The no-no.
That one's like angry happy though.
Yeah. So, his name. Hold on. His name. You've got Lieutenant Ernest Cody and Ensign Charles Adams. So, Ernest Cody, who is, you know, the man in charge, is like, look, we got a couple options here. I'm gonna have to get up onto the What's it? What in the heck is the building called? A hoopla building?
The hopscotch building, dear.
Why are we calling it a hopscotch building?
I assumed because it was hopped around, but now I'm wondering if maybe that's not why it's called that.
What a cheater. I'm so upset. I trusted you.
Yeah.
What if it had been a 19? What would you have done then?
The gig would
Well,
have been
you
up.
roll.
The gig would have been up.
Too late.
Well, I'm going to be up there, and one of you is going to have to take... And he points behind him. Ensign Adams with you. And Ensign Adams... And he just stands up at attention. He's like, I need you to find one of these power sources. You connect us into the grid. We're going to need a lot of juice.
And the power sources are the farm, the rail yard, and the theater.
I mean, what makes you think that?
Well, okay, Dahlia doesn't know that.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, I think we know. I knew there was something weird going on at the theater.
There is, since I don't know her name, came over and took a nap on the field.
Cecilia.
Oh, yeah.
Cecilia, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember that now.
Yeah, now
Such
you
a
remember.
creative, different name.
I rolled my name before. You were supposed to be like Connor or
Connor.
Carrot or something. Cecil wasn't your
Carrot.
first name.
Say carrot.
Carrot. Like the food.
Kakarot?
Kakarot, yeah.
Random happenstance.
What does Kakarot actually mean? Most of them mean something, don't they?
It means
I'm
it means,
pretty
It
sure
means
it's
carrot. Yeah,
It does mean carrot.
it does mean carrot.
That's
yeah, that's why Vegeta, he's the prince of all Saiyans, because he's a vegetable. All the Saiyans have vegetable names.
Yeah,
Do they really?
Yeah.
yeah.
What
Very stupid.
What other Saiyans do we actually know about?
Raditz.
Oh my god.
The
Yep, okay. You got me there. Big swing and a miss on my part. Let's go to the hopscotch building, boys.
Alright. Well, we do know stuff's happening at the theater because Cecilia came over and kindly told us.
Yeah. No, that's fine. He just responds, if you want to give me one of them tracking gizmos, I'll just make my way over to that hoopla building. Otherwise, you're free to come with me.
Oh, all right.
I bet he
It's not so much a gizmo, but here, and I give him. I guess that's probably just like a radio that just like screeches when you point it in the right direction.
Oh, yeah. Your basic
It's like a
hot cold device.
Yeah, it's a screech-o-phone.
Okay.
What does it sound like?
As is tradition, there's no way to ask this question without immediately implying something. But is anyone going with him?
I can't imagine why we'd want to go with him.
He's so friendly and fun to talk to. Haggerty,
Wait,
would you go with
is
him?
this one my
I
uncle?
can't see any plot relevant reasons for us to go with this guy.
Is this one my uncle?
Yeah.
No, I'll stay with.
You're not going to go with your uncle?
Wait, we're really not going with him?
Oh no.
What are we doing then?
Well, we
You're
have
going
to
to
go.
secure the
We
power
can help the
supply.
other guy. Yeah, he needs to find power.
All right, I'll go with this lad.
You don't have to. It was like I said. It's just clarification.
The
No,
one
no.
old lady goes off by herself with the other old man.
You know, in case the batteries die.
Worked well last time. All right, last call. Who's going where?
If Irene's going with my uncle, I'll go with Irene.
Is it cute?
Business at
I'm
the
sorry, that
theater.
was Irene's not asking that question. I mean, Irene asking that question, but not a kid. Like, is he cute? Come on. I might be a widow right now. I'm just saying.
Does
Your husband
does
has been,
anyone
like, what, 10
Cha-
hours?
chat
People
or
want-
real life? Does anyone know the voice I'm emulating? It's very iconic.
Right now? Yeah,
Is it Dave?
No. When he talks like this, do you know whose voice this is?
No.
All right, hold on.
You yelling loudly.
I don't sound like that.
You gotta twang.
What's that?
It's got a twang in it.
Yeah, okay. So now, does anyone recognize the name Gordon Cole?
Oh, I hate that.
No? Okay.
No.
Does
I'm
anyone
sorry.
recognize David Lynch?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Twin Peaks?
I've seen a few
I've
episodes.
seen
Oh.
a episode.
Yeah.
You're the like dude who can't hear well,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep.
The one. Yeah. Okay, I get it now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. David Lynch plays Gordon Cole in Twin Peaks. And it's not perfect, but go ahead and just treat yourself at some point in the near future and play a little clip of Gordon Cole talking and tell me I'm not at least, 80% of the way there.
I believe you.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway.
So who's going with them?
Dahlia and Irene. Well, it's been so long, Uncle. Let's escort you there. You don't know your way around.
I know all about... Where's this place? Where are we? Seems like the middle of nowhere.
Oh, yeah. So you been here?
Where?
Nowhere.
Actually, I feel like I should go back to the hopscotch building. I have business.
I like the idea that everyone's like, nah, Ensign Cody Williams, I don't care. Go ahead. Go on your own.
Gonna get wrecked.
Yeah, I think now that Evil's thought about it, he should return to the hopscotch building as well.
Yeah, now that it's cool.
All right. Well, do we want to do?
There.
I presume we want to do 2 and 3, right?
Yeah.
Do we really think that this is the one that needs 3 instead of 2? Like, do we think that going back to the hopscotch building is going to be more dangerous than sending people to the theater? Whatever.
I don't know.
To wait.
I think the hopscotch building is pretty scary considering the people in it.
That's
Spider
a fair
bodies.
read.
Good old Howard Johnson.
Howard Johnson. Oh, I forgot about that guy.
Howard Johnson is there.
The scarecrow's following Dahlia wherever she's going.
So 4 and 1.
Oh no. Okay.
Cecil, get out there and go plug something in.
All right. I'll go. In that case, I'll go with Cecil to the theater then.
All right, so Ensign Charles Adams, Cecil, and Irene are going to the movie theater.
Mm.
And everyone else is going with what's his face? Ernest Cody going to the hopscotch building.
Uncle Cody.
Okay. All right. In case anyone is watching for the first time, don't get attached to any characters. If you've been watching for a long time, you knew this was coming. You saw it coming a mile away. All right. I gotta move some of these clouds. Whoa.
Well, that's foreboding.
Yeah.
Oh, they got a hater.
Oh no.
What is going on?
Blood smear.
They have swords.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Ah.
That was actually I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. Okay. Anyway.
Oh, boy.
Anyway. All right. We're gonna do this. We're gonna start with the movie theater, cliffhanger it, move over to the hopscotch building. Okay.
Got it.
Is Cecilia coming with us, or is she kind of
She's
dazed?
she's not doing so hot. She's not. Yeah. She's in the great toilet bowl in the sky.
No.
Excuse me?
You hate to say it.
That's not where they go.
Why not?
I told you guys to share a fish bowl.
The toilet bowl in the sky? No, that's the vessel that gets them to the.
The great sewer in the sky? That seems way worse.
Hmm.
Anyway,
Yeah,
toilet bowls are porcelain, man. That's fancy.
That's true. Actually, that's a good point.
Okay. The movie theater, by all observation, like outward, externally, looks abandoned. But you can see, all of the curtains and stuff have been drawn, and you can see that there's clearly at least one light on inside, and one bright light at that, because like everything is edged in a little bit of a glow. There are no cars parked here, but otherwise it's a way bigger movie theater than Nowhere seems to have any like rights having. Hold on. And I copied it off something. Hold on, let me see. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I mean, you get there fairly quickly. It's not far,
Right.
and nothing gets in your way.
I think Cecil turned to Irene and be like, "All right, Irene, I think you're the one who's going to be in charge of the electrical stuff, but there's clearly something around here that's breaking bowls, so we got to keep our eyes peeled."
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Rogue bowl breakers. You hate to see it.
Yeah, breaking bowls. Can't believe it. In this town.
This used to be a nice neighborhood. I remember when they put this theater in, 19... the soldiers in the army base, nearby. They'd come down for an hour.
Jesus.
Yeah. And what's his face there? Cody Williams or whatever. Ernest Cody's just nodding. He's like, I remember that.
Is he cute? You have to answer my question.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah. So
hotness.
I forgot we got onto that. So I mean, David Lynch is not an unattractive man, but he is a very old man, right? Ensign Cody or Ernest Cody, yeah, he's a cutie. Or Charles Adams. Fuck, I've been reading the wrong one. Good
Can
job.
you describe him?
Yeah, I mean, he's got like his hair's like a little overgrown. Like it looks like he wanted to be Chris Evans, right? But that was like 7 months ago, you know what I mean? But it's definitely still it's there's no product in it, right? But it's like that corn stalk. But how do we describe that yellow?
That's fine.
Sunflower is
Corny.
Corny. Yeah, it's got that corny yellow, right?
Corntesla?
I don't think it's that. I don't think that's the one.
That husky look.
Yeah. He's got a very like all-American athletic build. He's like probably says he's 6 feet. He might be 5'11". Bit of a square jaw, right? But like very prominent Adam's apple too. But he just looks like a country boy.
All right.
Bit of a farmer's tan.
Okay.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying. My
Yeah.
husband did maybe get killed by reptoids. So.
Right. Also,
Okay,
like
well,
31. You know what I mean? Like young man.
Darn.
Well, while Irene is looking at Charles like a piece of meat, I'm going to investigate, I guess, the surrounding area, kind of look for anything suspicious.
Sure.
I'll do a roll. Damn it.
Oh, speaking of tweets, yeah, because you don't beyond the fact that you know you have reason to be suspicious, you see nothing that makes you intrinsically suspicious. Speaking of good tweets, Mike, did you see this one the other day? This one will actually load.
Jeez.
That one made me laugh. I snickered. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's a funny tweet. You going in? You gonna reconnoiter the joint more?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess I'm gonna go in carefully.
Going carefully? Okay. I already linked in chat the State Theater of Ithaca. It's very fancy, very big, very deep stage. Most of the little rooms are situated for actual film, but there is one like live play room as well, and that's like what everything was built around. You know what I mean? And they still leave it. They don't really do much with it anymore. It's just kind of there, but today. There are wires and cords coming out of every door. So there's, it's a state theater. It's an 8 megaplex, right? So there's 8 cords running in from every direction, right? And they've all been like braided and tied together and, like strapped together arced and just sparks in every direction. The whole area tastes like ozone, like as soon as you cross the threshold of the door. And it's all running down the seats, which are, again, like these old antique seats. And all of them are like glowing red hot. All of like the cushions and the fabric and the upholstery is like literally caught fire from just like the latent electricity that is coursing through this place. And up on stage is, I mean, for lack of a better term, who's that weird, was it like, it's not Brack, what's the other one? The weird bug guy from Space Coast.
Crap.
Zorak?
Is it Zorak? Yeah. It's basically a silver Zorak, just pacing back and forth, rubbing its hands together, and just like laughing silently to itself. Right.
Is this one of the reptoids?
That's a good question. Can I Can I roll a occult check to guess what all this rigmarole doodap is here to do?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Is there help actions? Cause
Yeah.
do that.
My occult is a 45. Wah.
What is your occult, Cecil?
35.
So you would add half of that to his 45.
So that's like 17. That would be like it's me to like 60. Ooh, interesting. If I add 17 to my 45, that's
63?
I think it might actually
Or
be
62?
62. Oh, that's
Sugar
heartbreaking.
peas.
You want to spend
Wait,
the luck?
Yeah, I'll spend a point on luck for sure. Absolutely.
So
Luck? Absolutely.
I know I'm really cutting the dramatic tension in half, but you guys ever use the "this person does not exist" thing? Do you know what I'm talking about? It's like a neural net that'll generate faces that are not real. It's really good if you want to make a fake profile for no reason whatsoever. Don't ask me any more questions. And the face I just found is fucking horrifying. And not really because of the face. The face itself is fine. Something goes wrong around the neck area where it looks like it turns into a bit of a fish. And then lurking just over its right shoulder is another more messed up face that looks like it was once a human fist that was punched into a wall and has now started to bleed.
Can you send us this cryptic?
Excuse me.
I don't like this.
Jesus.
It's really bad. Yeah.
This is a future character.
I don't think I want to unleash this onto the world.
That's
Where can we
quick
see
talk.
this?
Unleash it in the Discord.
Nah, we just tweeted that shit right out.
Uh,
See, what's great is this will be the only one that works too.
oh yeah.
Like, tried two nice arts.
And
Didn't work.
text tweet.
What's going on with this face, guys?
That ain't good.
I was just gonna
Oh,
keep.
Oh my god.
he's got pus for eyeballs.
Oh.
Tell me my description isn't good though, right?
Oh.
There's like a fish going on in his neck, and then there's another face made out of a bloody fist hanging over his right shoulder.
That there's
is
a
that?
demon. That is a known photo.
Damon.
I was just gonna keep hitting it until I got, a blonde-haired, all-American boy with a square jaw, and instead I ran into that.
Spoopy.
Anyway, yeah. I don't know. I don't know how you guys live without using "this person does not exist" like every other day. Anyway,
God.
so you were spending one luck to get the hit.
Yeah, I just needed to spend one luck, so no reason not to.
Yeah. Okay. So there is not a lot of complicated machinery going on here. Especially for how many wires there are, right? That's the part that seems really odd. They are harnessing an incredible amount of energy. You actually think, with your little bit, I'm just going to give you your science here too. You think that there's probably only a few places in nowhere at all that can kind of draw on this kind of power without just immediately combusting. So that's probably why they're here. But they're taking all of it that they can and they're sending it directly down, and you're not sure why. Your cult leads you to believe that it's probably something to do with the space whales.
Okay. All right. What kind of energy are they acquiring? Where are they from? Are they pulling it from the grid, or are they pulling it from that? Like what?
Unfortunately, they are just using the grid as it exists right now.
Okay, they're just pulling electrical power from the city.
Yeah.
City.
Yeah.
Okay.
So are they on like the live theater stage?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're drawing all the power in because the live theater at this point is more for show than anything else. It's like, remember our roots kind of thing. And then there's 8 like actual movie theaters in here, and they have like taken all of the guts of all of those movie theaters and plugged them all into something. They've like drilled a hole or dug one up perhaps from underneath the stage and are just sending pure electricity down into the ground.
Right. I think I wanna. Hey guys, what if we like climbed up to the top of the theater and dropped one of those sandbags on his head?
Oh, I love it when they do that in movies.
This is a cartoon. We live in a cartoon world.
Fantastic. Let's get up there.
Right?
The giant person made out of stone and glass and the 90-year-old woman are going to do a lot of climbing.
We'll be fine.
I'm excited.
Hey Charles, how good are you at climbing?
Yeah, he's like, I passed the PT test. Yeah.
Well, I think you're probably going to be doing a little bit of heavy lifting here. Not that I don't think you're up for it.
Not a problem, ma'am. I can do it. You want me to climb up there and I'm gonna saw off the sandbag and hit him?
Sounds good to me.
It's like, all right, you're gonna have to
start looking around.
Yeah,
Yay, NPC fight.
He's like, yeah, you're gonna have to distract him for me.
Oh, of course. Can I try and monkey with the wires a little bit? Make the machine kind of fritz out for a little bit so he's distracted?
The what?
The thing on... Isn't there, like... The wires are, like, going... The machine.
The machine.
The machine.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, I just had to do it. Sorry I had to do you like that.
No one survives the machine.
The machine.
Turning in dark. Let's see. What skill would you request that I do to monkey with this machine? Is it crafts?
I don't think it's crafts because you're not trying to do anything with it.
That's fair.
Do you have anything that you think works better or more accurately?
Mm-hmm. Crafts.
I actually haven't seen the character sheet in a while. Hold on.
I've got
computers. I could. I would let you roll on what's left of your luck. Or stealth. It's not exactly the same, but
sabotage. All right.
Yeah.
I'll roll stealth.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down with that.
Will Cecil be assisting me, or are you going to work on your own plan?
I can assist.
Okay. What's your stealth?
I know. Yeah. I'm at 35 for that one too, so
Perfect.
17.
So that puts me to a 57 for this roll. Stealth Grandma.
Dun, dun, dun.
Stealth Grandma.
Probably like help hold the wires while you jumble them up or something.
Is that enough?
Yeah, I was trying to get under a 57.
Nice. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So what did you want to do? Did you just want to arc a couple things of electricity and make a noticeable dip in his power source, or were you?
Yeah, I mean, what I was imagining was a little more ostentatious, but in terms of things that actually make sense, that's probably better.
Oh, I'm fine with the more ostentatious. Hit me.
Oh, okay, then I was going to make some angry sparks and a little bit of angry smoke come out of the machine, because I was going to, I don't know, make 2 wires touch or something.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so you're distracting him up there where he's like...
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I like that. I'm going to go ahead... Who of you two has the higher stealth? Is it you, Irene?
I have a 40. Think so?
Yeah,
Okay.
I have 35. So.
Yeah, so Ensign Cody, whoever, what his name is, Charles Adams, is looking for a 60 on this roll. As long as he hits it, he's good to go. Okay. He
Well.
is not. So, the sparks, the machine starts, like, fritzing and splashing and frying and everything, and the weird little bug man just, like, punches it a couple times, and, I think because it is built out of all of the old projectors and everything to harness this power, right, the spotlight of one of them flicks on and throws light just in a random direction that spotlights perfectly Adams climbing, and he's just like right up on the thing, and the weird bug man, his wings just like pa-ching, right, and he just immediately takes flight and goes after Charles.
Well, no.
Oh.
And now you have to deal with that. Hold on, I gotta let the cats back out again because this is my life.
Pretty sure
Cat stream.
Charles is now gonna be murdered.
Maybe.
We'll be
What
okay.
have I got? What have I got here? I've got things.
He's army trained.
Got a dreamy potion, a coral ball with kale, a wet notepad, a portable umbrella.
Hit him with
Jelly
your
wristwatch.
notepad.
Yeah.
Is your coral bowl, it's not wilted or anything? It's not just like mushy?
Do you think they will bring a cat back on the street?
I love mushy food. It's my favorite. Like, the longer it sits in liquid, the better.
Ugh, gross. Well, I guess, like, I can agree with that on, like, some foods, but, like, I can't think of one off the top of my head right now.
I just put bread in a bowl of water and just wait a little bit.
Gross.
What
Don't
I
agree
miss?
with that one. You can repeat yourself, Riley.
Cecil loves wet foods, so I just put bread in a bowl for a little while and just wait. And it's perfect.
Just leave it,
Like,
like,
in a
drop it in
bowl
the
of
top
water.
of your dish, and then you just, like, nibble at it
Yeah.
like a duck.
Yeah, I just have a bunch of potions and a jelly wristwatch.
I'm sorry, run that by me again?
Oh, I was looking at my inventory to see if I could use anything cool, and I just have like potions, a coral bowl with kale, a wet notepad, and a jelly wristwatch.
So I have described the dark ray energy detector as being bug zapper like in the past. Yes.
Yes, almost exclusively.
All right. I'm gonna try and get his attention with that bad boy.
Yeah. In the sense of like threatening, shaking it, and menacingly, or like getting up to him.
Yeah, to get up to him and sort of try and distract him with it. Flair for the T-Rex style, you know. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm down with that. At a glance, because there's not really a combat skill, I would think maybe an athletics or an acrobatics. What are you thinking?
They're both kind of equally lame for my character, so I'll just roll athletics to try and get up there quickly.
Sure.
All right, the hot streak has to end eventually.
It's true.
Yeah, there it is.
Wowza.
Oof.
Take a
Oh,
step
boy.
and your hip just turns to dust.
No. No, my bones.
Right, yeah. There's no crit fails, because that just seems ridiculous. But,
But I imagine I do biff pretty bad on these cables.
yeah, I think the issue is it's just... You literally cannot close the distance fast enough, right? Like, you're like, I'm gonna get you! And you run down in your best Irene Garvin voice, with a big old bug zapper, and, Blebo Blortmax here is just not moved at all by your non-menacing threat. And, Cecil, you have an opportunity to do something here, or I'm gonna tell you this is a hard move, and the camera just literally cuts away from what happens to our ensign, because we are doing our best not to display violence on this game.
I mean, I want to try and help. I don't. But he's flying, so I don't know how I can get something flying. I guess I could like try to pick up one of these red hot chairs and throw it at it.
Yeah, that's actually true. You're made of stone. This is actually probably the best move you've got.
Goodness. That also seems like an athletics roll.
Hey, what up, Bash? How are you? Bash was hanging out with us. I think that was the Sunday game.
Hi, Bash.
Alright, well, here it goes nothing.
Yeah. True enough.
Oh my god, I did it.
Okay, all right. So that's we have like, you know, Flight of the Bumblebees playing as this like evil silver, you know, crazy praying mantis is streaking across the stage, right? Everything's, you know, like slow-mo shot, like remember the Valkyrie scene in Thor Ragnarok with the light kind of dancing across everything super fast? We're getting like that thing going because there's so much just like electricity zapping through everything, and the lights are shuddering and flashing and everything going at different times. And as the bug getting like super close to Ensign, the fucking chair just comes out of nowhere and bam, right? And we hear a squelch noise, but we do not see the mark, right? There's just a literal burning chair. It's suspended, you know, 70 feet up in the air or something absolutely insane because this theater is massive. And then we cut away. So those of you that were going to the Hopscotch building, you have found it. Dangerous, massive, unilluminated Sears Tower building in the middle of downtown nowhere. Next to, you know, the maybe 2-story doctor's office, 2 or 3-story doctor's office,
And also next to my house.
and also next to your house. Yeah, you definitely don't remember the Hopscotch building being here before. This is
Never
weird.
seen it before.
Yeah. Thoughts, reactions, questions, comments, concerns?
Is it just as open and abandoned looking on the outside as before?
Yeah, I don't remember. The last time, did you have to fight with the doors at all, or did they just open right up for you?
I think they opened.
They were like dead and opened and stuff.
Okay, yeah, same thing. Of course, you remember the receptionist, Myra.
Yeah, is she still there?
Yes, in fact, she seems to have resumed her normal day-to-day operations. She's very slowly, the hand just sort of comes up and then drops real suddenly on the keyboard, right? And then just...
And then just wiggles.
Yeah.
Oh, you look like you're doing better than the last time we saw you.
Right, and then the head just sort of... and just hangs limp and just bobs ever so slightly.
Beefel's going to take his new concoction and spray it in some of the corners of this room.
What is the concoction?
I'll tell you on Discord.
Do you
Super spider spray. Make spiders 3 times larger.
No!
Made out of pure Australia.
Spiders. Evil. Do you still have the employee ID?
I think people gave that to Irene.
What? I have no memory of this.
No, we didn't. I'm pretty sure you have it still.
I thought I gave it to somebody
Yeah, I feel like you did too.
because I knew I couldn't pass as an employee while you were in line.
The Peter Parker spray. Yeah, I feel like it got passed to somebody too, but I don't remember who it was. There's
I
a
don't
Dave
remember.
point, and whoever digs back through our old videos to figure it out.
You
Do
got
we want to high roll for it, or do we want to assume that no
Yeah.
one
Yeah,
back there, whoever
High
you know,
roll
we
works really well. That's a
what are,
that's a
what
clean
are we
idea.
rolling? A d20?
Oh.
D19. I'm gonna roll D19. I'm still gonna win. Damn it!
Squid.
Only it had been a D20.
I don't think the Scarecrow
Squid
has
and
it.
yeah, Squid and Dahlia. Well, it just keeps it fair.
That's fair.
She could have picked it up. We could have fallen out of someone's leg.
Yeah, exactly. Squid and Dahlia. Oh no, Dahlia already rolled. So
Yeah,
it's just
I rolled a
Squid.
10.
Squid roll
Squid's gonna
d20.
roll a d20.
All right, hold on.
I have to roll.
In this role-playing
There we
game.
go.
Okay.
Why is
Rolling.
it so?
So
Funny.
Cecil
She
has
is the
it.
employee.
Cecil has
Wait.
it.
Cecil
Hold
rolled a
on.
d100.
What?
That's actually
No,
amazing.
That's
It was
that's
something-
that's the previous post.
Oh, then-
Cecil
Yeah,
and Irene
that
got
was
a roll
my
again.
chair throwing.
Oh, then Riley, you got to roll.
Oh, the
I
carrot
got roll. Whoa,
Irene also
all right.
has to roll.
Oh,
All right, all right.
Rolling d20.
Yeah.
Mike, why are you rolling a d19?
It's just his thing now.
It's my thing.
You're never gonna get it.
Okay,
Get
so
it
who
first?
got it? Cecil?
Cecil has
Still
it.
Cecil? Yeah, okay. So
Okay.
Cecil, somehow you ended up with the hopscotch building ID. Hey, be good.
Uh-oh. Well, I'm not at the building, so oops.
Yep.
That's fine. So since like none of us have it, I'm gonna walk up to Myra and be like, "Hey, was hoping we could sign in as a visitor and go visit the lunchroom again."
Yeah, Myra, whose hair suddenly seems to be standing on end, just, you know.
Oh God.
Right?
Ugh.
And then one hand just sort of snakes up out of nowhere, and then dangling from it on lanyards, not on spider webs, before you just think that for some reason, are 3 visitor passes.
Hey.
Oh, thank you. And I take them, and I give one to.
Wait, do I get an employee badge?
No, they're visitor badges.
What about me? The weird hell creature didn't give me anything.
Oh, I forgot he was with us.
How could you forget about me? Come on! I'm the whole reason we're here! I'm gonna save the day! Again!
I mean,
The
you've
scarecrow
been,
is just. The scarecrow's standing very, very quietly, like right behind Dahlia, kind of.
so maybe here you. Scarecrow might be able to get by without one.
Sure enough! Takes it.
I feel like I would get an employee badge because I kind of work with.
Are you gonna argue with Myra about
You're a
it?
contractor. Hey, you're nothing special.
You're a freelancer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know.
ooh, that's.
Rough.
Yeah, you want contractor. Sounds cooler. Sounds professional.
I'm definitely a contractor.
All right.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah,
Wait,
now-
are we actually going to the cafeteria?
Right, as I say, now the most difficult choice of all. You're in the elevator. It
You gotta go
has
to the top floor.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0 at the bottom, and then at the bottom, secret. And then what I have? Parking garage, basement, something like that.
Yeah. We pressed secret last time, right?
Yes. I hope.
Alright. I press secret.
Brave.
Final answer.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. It takes you there. Yeah, right up to the top. No muss, no fuss. Man, it's like you guys have been here before. Good thing you spent so much time. Yeah, how can you not press the secret button? You gotta put a secret button in there. I should have added another button. But we have 2 hours to wrap up a lot of loose ends.
Yeah, it's
A
true.
go and drop them button.
Yeah. Drop them and get them. I used to have that Post-it. I don't know what I did with it, but I'm a fool if I threw it away. Maybe I took a photo somewhere. Oh no, I could probably just go watch the video because I said it all out loud. Anyway, right up to the secret, which is the roof access, and it is just like crazy storming out. Like not like tons of electricity, but high winds, tons of water, very very dark and dangerous looking. Oh, go drop spiders. Hold on,
Oh,
sorry,
no.
the cats are fighting again. So, however you want to situate, what's his face fixing the machine.
I think the machine was just like right outside the elevator, so it doesn't have to go too far out.
You got to say it right.
What?
You got to say it right.
What do I gotta? How do I say it right?
The machine.
The machine.
Nope.
Well, he
Nice
knows
and
where
close,
he's
that
going. He's been here before.
Maybe.
And then he was fatally electrocuted because he decided to play a round of golf.
Aw.
To do when it's storming out.
My grandpa was struck by lightning twice because
What?
he golfed in a thunderstorm.
Did he golf twice, like two
Yeah.
separate occasions?
Yeah,
That's
Oh.
amazing.
Cool.
completely fine. It is just crazy. Although I guess if you get hit once, then you're forever like a walking lightning rod.
Wait, is that true?
I think so. You're like more likely to get struck again if you get struck once.
That seems absolutely insane.
Okay, sorry about that.
I don't want to get struck by lightning. I did.
Riley's got a grandpa that's been struck by lightning twice.
Twice?
Yeah.
Damn. That's wild.
Um,
Supposedly, if you get hit once at all, you're like a real magnet for it. You're a lightning rod.
That's exactly what I said.
No, it's true. It's like weirdly true.
He said that too, though.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
true. It's like
Then it's gotta
crazy astronomical odds for it to happen, but then it definitely changes you somehow.
Did you ever see the video of that one dude walking in an alleyway, gets hit by lightning once, gets up and walks, and then gets hit again?
Mm-hmm.
Gets up and walks, and then gets hit like a third time, and then just
Oh
doesn't bother moving. Like,
Yeah, I
bad.
mean, you got to just stay down at that point, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like,
That's dark ray energy for you.
that's dark ray energy. You ever just fuck up walking? You ever just nat one walking?
That's
Anyway.
the dark ray energy.
Yeah. True to form, it's like, all right, you got me where I need to be. Go ahead and hand me one of them kerfool things over there. I gotta patch into the network and see what got messed up. Yeah.
What's a kerfool?
Points that he's like, it's a lot like a toaster, except the heat is on the outside.
Is Irene's shopping cart still around here?
Oh, I think it is actually.
Yeah, it was left. It was left behind.
Okay, I go grab the thing that looks like a toaster.
Yeah. It's like, oh, excellent. Y'all thought of everything. It's like preordained, if I believed in that. And he just starts, tucking into his electrics.
I hope he needed a left-handed, not a right-handed computer.
Yeah, he's got the full complement of, spanners and whiz bangs and...
Yeah. Okay. Well, if he's got his own whiz bang, then it'll be fine. Is he properly grounded? Hmm?
Yeah, no. He is several, he's like 100 stories up in the middle of a storm, a supernatural storm. And he's not wearing rubber-soled boots, so...
You hate to see that.
You hate to see it. What is the rest of the group doing? Because y'all came here. This is actually the easy one.
Yeah, I think I'm just chilling in the elevator.
There's a request for you in chat, Mike.
Oh no.
You are a mod now. You can bonk.
Bonk me evil.
how do you bonk it as a mod?
I would Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's long.
Oh,
That was what I thought too. That's a bong
That's
to me.
a long timeout. Oops.
Oops, we accidentally the whole Haggerty.
Fucking blacked him. Jesus Christ.
Right?
Sorry, buddy.
We can get him back. You just got to go back
I'm
into mod mode.
Rumbled him.
I kind of don't want to.
Bring him back
I mean, he'll be back.
in 10 minutes.
How long is 6
Oh my God, that's
10 minutes.
Wait, he can't even. Can he see what's going on?
No, he just got kicked out of stream.
Fucking died in real life.
He's back. Everyone calm down.
Hi, Rob.
wow.
You ever get bonked?
Fucking obliterated.
Yeah,
Jesus.
right?
Okay, so
Sorry.
I'm hovering by my uncle, just like grabbing the odds and ends he's like pointing at. 'Cause I have no clue what anything is.
Yeah, okay. All right. He's gonna do his craft check then, and he's decent at this.
You not pay to get kicked out of here?
No, it was channel points,
Oh, okay.
which were weirdly not showing up for me.
Mine aren't showing up either.
Yeah, I wonder if there's like something wrong with Twitch. What is your craft, Dahlia?
My craft is really good.
Yeah.
Oh,
It is 45.
Nice. Okay. So
Is
what's
legit
that?
my
20,
highest.
22 and a half?
Yeah, 22 and a half.
22,
round up,
so yeah. Yeah. Nice. Okay. Yeah, we got there then. So he starts, reconfabulating the energy motron or whatever. And yeah, I mean, it might be anticlimactic, but you guys are at the third site. You killed the bot. Now technically, or the bug. Technically, you need to like pull the electricity out of there. But I'm gonna assume that team knew what they were doing to at least interrupt. It's not a ritual. It's more of a science experiment. But as long as you have at least 3 points, you can stop what they're doing. So they were trying to bring down like the ethereal protections and kind of pierce the veil of nowhere. They were succeeding at it because they had three points. You guys saved 2, they caught 3, and you just turned that tide. So now theoretically, if you were like completionists, you would go to the other 2 points anyways, right? Because you just got to get all 5. There'd be like a different ending. 2 of your like unlockable characters would have like a different line of dialogue. You'd get a trophy worth 10 player points or something. But it's a role playing game. Time is money. Money is power. Power is pizza.
I'm all out of pizza.
Yeah.
So much pizza.
Yeah. So that being said, he nods once. He's like, "Wow, that was way easier than I expected it to be, especially after the whales were really they were close. They were right on my I guess a blimp doesn't have heels, but I wasn't even confident I was going to land. Great job. You guys are pretty good at this. You defend a lot of weird towns in the middle of nowhere?"
we do try to.
Yeah, you're good at it, Don't do it for free. Anyway, I'm getting back to the blimp. Hopefully, Ensign Adams there is doing okay. And he just gets back in the elevator with you, Bevel. Or Bevel. Bevel?
Take your pick.
Well,
I
you
can't-
had a preference. I just don't remember now.
But it was only because I was being stubborn.
Oh, okay.
I told you. I don't actually care.
Oh, okay. Butthead. What's everyone else doing?
Also getting in the elevator.
Okay.
Is it still raining over here?
Yes. Although you can roll a perception if you would like.
Well, I was just gonna say there's probably a very strong smell of wet hay.
Ugh. Hey, I just saw channel points and then they vanished. What the heck? Why is it doing it?
Oh,
there they are. Now I can see them. You're scurrying for food nearby? Yeah. Did you hit your perception, Squid?
Oh, no. I lost my sheet.
Is that enough?
Why am I not? Oh, no, nope, that's too high. I missed it.
No. Okay. There is a pile of... You don't see this, but the camera zooms in on you just kind of like looking around, you know, as you do. It is a pile of frogs, right? Like 14 to 27 frogs, and they're all like... Some of them are flopped up behind the other ones, right? They're like leaning over them. They're just in this frog pile, and then just sort of emanating out from them, very cartoon-like, are just little clouds. They're just sort of like springing out of existence, and they're nice and cute and blue for a moment, and then as they start to rise, they turn sad and then angry and gray, and they get up very high, and then they start raining water down, and that is where... Hey AJ, thanks for the second edition. Send you the Long Boy quest, and that is what's happening there. But unfortunately, you do not see that. You just look around, see nothing, and then go to the elevator.
My
Whatever
snake.
happened to the ducks?
I'm sorry, what'd you say, Mike?
My snakes are hissing at them, at the frogs.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's really just, is everybody going to the elevator, or does anybody want to hang back?
I mean, there's no reason to hang back, right?
I mean, if
Everything he needed to do.
you by all appearances got everything done you wanted to do. It's really just a question of if you have something you want to do or see in the Hopscotch building, although you have seen it to a pretty considerable extent.
Well, the Scarecrow will be sure to bring Irene's cart back.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Nice. Okay. We're gonna cut back to the movie theater again for the conceit of the successful skill check. I'm gonna ask that you guys interrupt the power supply or reverse it. I'm fine with either. So, what would be the preference of the assembled party members?
What were the options again? I'm sorry.
Reverse or interrupt the power supply.
What would be the
I'll reverse all day.
what would be the difference between those two things?
Reverse would either put it back into the power grid, thus returning power to a lot of the places in nowhere where it currently does not have power, or like stopping it, like period, would just mean you can't use it for your own potentially nefarious purposes.
But we'll reverse it.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what would that be?
I'm not worried about that. I don't think that's a check. You had a pretty tough check ahead of you doing quote unquote combat-y things against the bug.
I like to think that it's a giant, like, it's the giant plug in the outlet, and you just pull it out, and then there's a second one where you just plug it into that one.
Oh, I just figured you turn it upside down.
Oh, yeah.
Plug it into itself.
Yeah.
There, that'll do.
Perfect.
Okay, I like that. I realize, we play every other week. Things are not always clear. There is at least one potential danger out there somewhere, and I don't mean the federal agents that are snooping around everyone's business.
Yeah, cats and his reptoids are still out there.
Damn right.
Yeah.
Trying to get those space whales in.
Yes.
I think they are, because those kids.
Yeah.
Freaking kids, reptoid kids.
Yeah, we've thwarted them this time, but they will. Sorry, but they'll be back.
Yeah. Do you? Is there anything you want to do with that, or are you content with like, well, we've stopped cats for now?
Well, I don't think we know about cats.
Yeah, we don't know about cats. We know about the reptoids.
Yeah,
Sure.
we know about the reptoids,
Okay.
and we know that they were trying to bring the space whales in, but we don't know.
Yeah, you're missing that piece of the puzzle.
Yeah.
We need to find the reptoids. That's what we need to do. Do you have any reptoid finding devices?
No, I mean I didn't. Right? I had to try and ferret out of my husbando with questions. If I'd have had a,
Yeah, if you just had a little thing that beeped Reptoid or not.
yeah, I'd have used that. No, I think we got to do it the old-fashioned way, with violence. No. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
they must have gotten all this equipment from somewhere, brought it from somewhere, got it to here. Maybe we can figure out where all this junk came from. Work our way back from there. It's a long shot, but
That's true. Maybe if I like consult my notes, maybe there's like a case where someone said putting salt on like somebody turns them into a reptoid, or is there a way for me to kind of like paw through my notebook of my time in nowhere?
Sure.
I don't know if that would be like a cult or whatnot.
Yeah. I think a cult's fine for that.
All right.
Irene, are you helping?
oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've
No,
got a cult of 45.
Damn.
we got 35. So what is that? 50, 60? Oh no, wait, no, because I don't add the 3.
Yeah, 45 halves is 22. So your 35
22.
goes to 50.
Ah, damn it! I'll spend the 1 point because I think it's 57, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, it goes to 57. That's funny.
I'll spend the 1 luck point.
Okay.
No doubt.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
you start thumbing it around. You're looking for any consistencies. So you've got the only thing that you've got, and I'm gonna say this happened, even though I don't think it actually did. You've got a note of those kids, and they were there, but I don't know who saw them because they were at the post office too. Or they were going to the post office. They were coming back from the post office. They were at Town Oval. I definitely remember them being there, but I don't remember where or why. And that's like the piece of information that sticks out to you, right? Is that you've seen them at the school a couple times, right? And you found them here, and they were reptoids, and you had to like deal with that. They clearly came from the megaplex. And then you came here to deal with that situation. So that's kind of like the piece of information that you've got right now.
Okay, so nothing about like how to tell if someone's a reptoid.
No, that's like their whole thing is camouflaging in. Yeah.
So there were 3 sites. There was the school, there was the this place, the Megaplex, and then there was a third one. Yeah.
Yeah, the post office.
Well, that might not be a bad place to look next.
Going to the post office?
Well, yeah. I mean, if we think that they were where? Well, we thought they were 3 places, right? Here and the Megaplex, the school, and the post office. We've been to 2 of those.
True. Yeah. I was at the post office, and I think they do have a bad case of male gremlins.
Very serious condition. They've been spraying? Have they not been spraying?
That's not.
I
I know
understand,
Dahlia's mail kept going missing.
I understand that they're underfunded, but they really should be spraying.
There is Mike. I need you to roll your craft check. Actually, we showed you doing it, and I know what you wanted to do, but I don't know that you succeeded. He's muted.
Mike, no.
Oh shit!
Oh, what the hell? Sorry. I was hoping I was gonna get.
You cut out
Fuck
again.
that.
He's
What the
dead
heck?
again.
What the heck?
Wait, really?
Yeah, I can hear you now, but you cut out.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah, my mute button is being weird.
Yeah. Sorry, what were you saying?
I was just saying that I was hoping I was going to get away with you not asking for that
Oh yeah.
craft check.
Well, you're coming down the elevator now, so now I need to know if it worked or not, and it definitely
that's
did.
fair.
So let me read that one more time because I think I know what it said. Yeah. So you guys hit the bottom of the hopscotch building, and did you spray? You sprayed on the insides, right?
I did.
Yeah. Okay. So like a classic sort of fancy lawyer-esque building, right? It's just steel infrastructure with glass everything, right? They're just showing it off to the world, letting as much light as they can possibly get in. Who's there? Scarecrow,
Dahlia
Dahlia, what's his face, and
Myra.
and Bevel. Well, and technically Myra, yeah. Myra's at the door. Myra's clinging to the door with 8 legs you didn't know she had. And the door is every now and then just bumping up against her, holding it closed. And what's like the most amount of Mothmen any of you have ever seen in one space? Like, is it 1 or is it 0? Like, for how? Like, go ahead and raise your hand if it's 1. If one Mothman is the most you've ever seen, right?
Yeah, probably 1.
Yeah. Okay.
It's
and
1.
and if it's none, go ahead and roll your hand. Right.
I think we've all seen 1.
Yeah, I would think so too. So there are roughly like 2 Mothmen per panel of this building, and the building's footprint is, like the size of 1/2 of AXA Tower, right? So it's like 40-ish feet, by about that long. And they are like at the glass, just scraping it, peeling the glass off slowly, and you are so trapped.
You did it.
Maybe this
You
wasn't the
really
most well thought out plan.
What? Why?
So here was the logic. That's it.
I could do it.
There was none.
No, I was okay. So I was like, all right, we're in a building of spider people. You know what? Eats
Oh.
moth.
Oh my god.
Spider people.
So
I
we've
am-
only seen 3 spider people in this entire building.
And they're regular sized spiders. In the
They're
people.
baby spiders. They're tiny.
So I run up to was it Myra? Is that how you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, Myra.
Myra.
What
I
up?
run up to her
So
desk.
crates, Mago. Sorry, go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. I see if she has a security button, like a call security.
Oh, no, but in like comedic Courage the Cowardly Dog fashion, right? You're like, oh please, and you go and look under there, and there's just a gun that's been taped underneath. And then like the dun 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 dun, right? That music starts playing.
Damn it! I
That's
really
good.
wanted to cause an NPC fight. That was the goal here.
Yeah.
Well, she doesn't have a security button, but if she's front desk, she has a call button to parts of the building.
That's right. She's got to be able to call someone.
Yeah, I think as you guys are panicking and like more things, like I don't know what glass sounds like when you like scrape it away with like supernaturally sharp nails.
It's not good.
Yeah,
It's
I feel like
probably like when you
loud.
go to the dentist and they scratch your
Oh!
teeth with the metal pick.
No, I hate
That's
it.
probably. Yeah.
Yeah, and like from somewhere in the 8-legged form that is Myra, she's like, "Go out the garage!" Right? She just barks out.
She yells, do like spiders kind of fly out of her
Oh
mouth?
yeah, absolutely. They're just dangling off of her.
Yeah, so I do hit the call button and see if anyone picks up. If there is like a
Yeah, there's no call button. There's just a gun.
none at all.
Yeah, I mean
Okay.
there would be some sort of PA system, I guess, right? So like if you want to hit that, you can. She's got a little announcement, right? She's like, Mr. Whoever, your lunch is here, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
so I'm
one
just
of
gonna
those.
hit that and say, "Hello, Hopscotch Building."
Yeah. Right, and then it echo, hello,
Hello,
Hopscotch
hello.
Building, right? Because you just go into the whole, it just
Yeah.
defaults to the whole building.
It seems like there is a bit of an infestation on the first floor. If anybody in the building is equipped to handle such an atrocity, please find your way to the first floor.
Okay.
Thank you, and have a hoptastic day.
Right, and then like we would cut away to that, to seeing like a bunch of like mild mannered business executives that are also spiders, right?
Yeah.
Like putting down their newspapers, putting on their hats, their fedoras, standing up from their desks, right? And just like, yeah. I'm fine with that. I think it's funny. I think there's a bunch of spider people that just like slowly begin assembling, and all of them hitting the one elevator.
Yeah.
She yelled at us to go through the garage. Is there like another door?
No, it's just the elevator, but it's still open to the lobby right now.
Well, let's get in there before they like are just running to the elevator.
Yeah, are you guys just going out the parking garage?
Yeah.
Yeah. If I can't stay and watch the NPCs fight, I'll.
I mean, you
I'll head on
can,
out.
but I will tell you, I don't think that we can get you into another scene after that.
That's fair. I mean, that's a pretty interesting final scene because he wants to collect probably
The
samples
blood.
from both of these.
Am I the only one who wants to see the spider people use their web to attach the Mothman to the building and fly the hopscotch building away?
You trying to James and the Giant Peach this shit?
Yes.
God,
Apparently.
that's a reference.
All right, so
Yeah,
Well,
I think
so
I'll
I'm-
stay.
Bevel stay in.
I'm in the elevator clicking the garage button.
Yeah. What? Give me like the full scene of Bevel. Like, do you make it look really good? You walk up to the elevator and then you like turn about face as the doors close. Do you wave goodbye? Like, what's your snarky little one-liner as you leave?
Yeah, so I think like the door shuts and like you notice like he steps back out and you guys are like, Bevel? And he just gets this like big grin and all his snakes start coming out. And you just see like a giant hypodermic needle that he's like holding.
Ugh.
And he's like, goodbye, friends.
And then
And he like squirts and a little something squirts out of it. and
Yeah.
then you hear him start laughing and he runs off.
oh man, that's so creepy. No, I love it. That's so good. Wow, that one's pretty odd, isn't he? Where'd you find him?
He just kept following us around.
You don't see a lot of Gorgon anymore.
Apparently.
Son of a bitch.
What?
But I'm a Gorgon. No one else said that.
Well, you wore a hat the whole time.
That's fair.
Yeah, I mean, it's only because of the snakes finally coming out that we got there. Okay. Is everybody cool with just... It's a little GM fiat, but is everybody cool with ending up at Town Oval? Like, you guys would be coming down from the Hopscotch building, right? Looking to come at the school. You guys would be coming off the field. I mean, this would be the fastest, but let's say, just for the sake of convenience, you know what I mean?
Well, they're coming from the movie theater, aren't they?
Oh, you're right. Yeah. That works out
So we're
nicely.
probably meeting up like right at like
Yeah.
near the school.
Yeah, okay. I like
Makes
that.
sense.
Yeah, somewhere down this drag. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. No, that's perfect. We got like, half hour, maybe a little less to finish this bad boy off. Everybody runs into each other pretty much right out in front of the school, which is very similar to where we started it, where everyone met over here. And your short one, Bevel.
What happened to Bevel? Did he, I honestly can't even imagine what might have happened to him.
I'm sure he went off to go work with his evil business partner, Howard Johnson.
Oh. Oh my.
He's definitely planning to commit a lot of crimes. I have that written down.
He chose not to come along, and I'm gonna leave it there.
Yeah, makes sense. Did you guys fill in what you're doing?
Yeah, we'll give him the rundown. Original plan was to go to the post office, and because that seemed like the last sort of node. But if you have some information, or we want to try something else, where like the concern is that like we have foiled the incursion of the space whales this time, but reptoids are still out there, and they may well try again. There's nothing
True
to
enough.
stop them from trying again, certainly.
I'd love for the final showdown to be at the post office.
It's very
The
nearly the
Westway
post
Diner.
office. Yeah. For as you kind of roll up on the town square, you see that the post office is closed. Oops, sorry. And that was weird. The post office is closed and the gate is pulled down, right? But there's also a bowling alley here. And if I know anything about bowling alleys, it's they are wired for an awful lot of voltage.
There are also nexuses of evil power.
That is true. Yeah. The same sort of lights and energy, just this sparking arcane nonsense, is just pouring out through, the double saloon doors that lead into the bowling alley at Town Oval. It's unmistakable.
What's going on?
Is there another bug at the bowling alley? What would they need bowls for?
What do you? Ugh.
No. Let him have this. All right. All right. Fell deeds await. Let's go. Let's go get some. Huh?
Yeah, you're going in?
I mean, yeah, these guys might have my husband.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. That's actually a really good idea. Okay. High or low? Good things.
Give me the high, please.
High is good things?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bad things.
Okay, so Harold is there. High was he is still unconscious, he's tied up, and he's just seated on one of like those circular couches that you hang out at while you're waiting, right? Low was he's currently brainwashed into helping with the plans.
No.
Yeah. Okay, so what has happened here is think of what's going on here. There are two reptoids that are holding like the big basically projector machines again, right? The ones that would display your scores and everything, right? They're holding them, but what's coming out of them is like plasma, and they're aiming it at the same bowling lane in the very center of the bowling alley, okay? All of the rest of the reptoids, plus Harold and a few other townsfolk, are taking bowling balls, inscribing strange arcane runes onto them, and sometimes letters, and then there is one reptoid in the center bowling them down, and they're going through a portal that is steadily getting larger and larger as this eldritch concoction, this profane rite of bowling, is taking place. Masterminding all of it, right, with a little green dealer's cap on, is Cats.
Is there a display score above that?
Oh yeah,
That,
We should have known.
yeah. But it's still like it's like a 217. Like it's good. It's very good, but it's not perfect.
Nothing
Okay.
spreads the spirit
No
quite like
turkeys.
bowling. We should have known.
Yeah, I mean
none of us
that's
know
the
who
scene,
Cat
right?
is.
Yeah. What's that?
None of us know who Cat is.
We're getting some weird fucking echoes tonight. Yeah, so two projection machines are creating a rift in time space, and then they are conducting the ritual by bowling the rolls, the scrolls, the letters, the eldritch component through the portal. And yes, that was the most ridiculous thing I could concoct to do in a bowling alley.
Oh,
And yeah, I mean, Cat's theme plays, right? He gets up, he takes his cap off, he starts walking towards you. He's like, "Who are you?"
Who are you?
And he puts the cap back on, and he walks away with his arms behind his back. He says, "I am the mastermind of this whole operation. And when my partners in crime, the whales, are here, I shall rule everything." And he starts cackling.
Him talking about the whales. I just start like, what do you mean partners? They want to eat the planet. How are you gonna be partners without a planet?
And he turns around and he looks you dead in the eye and he goes, "I plan to live on the moon."
moon? Is there oxygen on the moon?
No cats could live on the moon.
Yeah, and he right, and he just like it's him, and then it's a cartoon drawing, and he starts like choking, right, and he turns from orange to blue, and
That's
then it
like our thought bubble.
yeah, and then it erases really quick, and now he's got just a space helmet on. It's your bowl, by the way.
Yeah.
And he's like, "I have planned for everything."
He's a genius, a mastermind.
Clearly, we're out of our league.
All right.
Well, we certainly can't.
Oh,
No, I was just gonna say we certainly can't let the space whales eat the planet because we also need oxygen.
I do need oxygen to live. You are a dangerous lunatic and a people snatcher.
Can
Yeah, he
Cat
just
hear
scowls.
us talking?
Can what?
Like, can I be like, I want to whisper at everybody else real quick.
Yeah, I mean,
like how
you time it with like one of the bowling balls going through the portal because it still makes the loud noise of like all the pins going down. Yeah.
it's like, maybe I can pretend I'm still working with the space whales and get close enough to stop him.
You were working with the space whales?
You're not even there.
Who's
I know.
that?
A spirit.
Oh yeah, I don't think I told anybody that I was working with them at one point.
All right. Well,
Are you a reptoid? I like put a little salt on you.
I'm not a reptoid. I was just really lonely.
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
gonna say, "Oh my goodness, give me back my husband!" And I'm gonna hit him with a bar stool.
Who are you hitting with
Right.
a bar stool? What?
Yeah. All right. Yes,
across
see,
the face.
all right. So I'm having this conversation with him, and then we see Harold walk by, and I'm like, "Oh my god, that's my husband!"
And then you
Right.
just bang.
Yeah, we're gonna go for it. We gotta get him.
Yeah.
We gotta get him back.
Scuffle.
Okay.
I don't know that I'm actually gonna hit him with a bar stool.
Wait.
That might be inappropriate, but I am gonna certainly
Cause a
cause a
scene.
ruckus. Cause a ruckus. A fracas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
A
bonk
whole
time.
hullabaloo.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll your athletics, I imagine.
Yeah. Why don't I just have a skill? I'm never gonna play another character who doesn't have a skill that's just cause ruckus.
Damn. Okay.
Wow.
That's a pretty good hit. Yeah. So suddenly a bar stool is in your hand and you're swinging it for all you're worth. And Katz goes to try and, jump it. And you just like completely turn it and smack him upwards, right? And he just, ooh, right? And goes flying into the distance
Yeah.
and bumps up against a wall somewhere.
I was hoping he'd fall into a bunch of like bowling pins and get a strike.
Yeah. I mean,
All right. That's what I'm doing.
yeah. What's everybody else up to?
Oh,
There is still a lot going on. The ritual is still going on. They seem to have found another way around it.
yeah, stuff's happening. I want to try and run and stop this portal somehow.
Okay. Yeah. How do you want to do that?
She said they were throwing like arcane bowling balls and stuff.
Yeah, they're like scratching the next sequence of runes in the ritual onto the bowling balls, and then the best bowler among them, is responsible for issuing them forth through the portal.
Let's see here. I think I want to. I don't know. Would it be possible if I started bowling in the lane next to them and it's a competition?
Yeah, I mean, it's as ridiculous as everything else that's taken place thus far. Yeah. I mean, so I will say conceptually, to me, I think the two ways to really mess with the ritual are disrupt the plasma generator that's creating the portal that's allowing the ritual to take place, or mix your own ritual into theirs. But I also think it's really funny to just make a bowling competition out of this. It is funny.
I guess that would be like along the realm of like mix your own ritual, because I'm doing like I'm taking some of the bowling balls myself and like throwing it into a different area.
Right. Yeah.
Kinda
you're wrestling them away and putting them out of sequence and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You hate to see it, but I think it's probably just athletics again, isn't it? I guess maybe a cult.
I mean, preferably a cult.
I can see both. I think they're both reasonable, because you look for it's not like it's necessarily obvious. They have a dozen people all carving runes at the same time. Just because somebody finished before somebody else doesn't mean it's the next one getting used.
Yeah.
So you're trying to understand and counteract the ritual. Did you get there?
Yeah. No, I definitely don't have a 53.
Okay. So you start throwing bowling balls, and now you're both just throwing them faster and faster, and it looks like the reptoid that's in charge of bowling is, utilizing what you're doing in the ritual, is trying to, edge you out, right?
I'm sweating, like, you see sweat even though I'm like in the water. Yeah,
right.
There's like condensation.
Yeah, you're getting spares, he's getting strikes, What did you put up as your name?
I think. What did I put down in my name? I think it was just Cecil, but also I had difficulties using the touchscreen, so it kind of like misspelled.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Well, while that's going on, so you said that they were pointing the screens at a central location.
Yes.
But did they have anybody behind the counter operating the screens that are being pointed? Because the main, I'm looking for the main counter.
Yeah. So for like food or for like organization purposes.
Like when you go to the bowling alley, the place where you get your shoes and stuff.
Oh yeah.
That's where all the screen operations are. So like,
yeah.
you have trouble, you have to go over there and ask them.
Right.
And I'm wondering if they actually have that manned.
Oh no, yeah, not right now. They co-opted whoever was doing that into the arcane ritual.
Okay, so my intent, like being familiar with the bowling alley, being in the school's bowling league, I'm going to go see if I can try to shut off the screens from behind the counter.
Okay.
It's a smart move. That's my car.
You're not in this anymore.
I know.
He gets to talk.
I want to be included.
What do I need to roll anything?
Yeah, it's gonna be computers.
Oh no. No.
I also just saw the edited photo of Ensign Cody. Wow.
In the room with us.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, sorry, got distracted. So dreamy. Okay, so Cecil's done a thing, Irene's done a thing, Bevel left a long time ago, Dahlia tried to do a thing. Yeah, I mean, you're trying to change the name or anything. So far, all you've done is changed the bowler's name to Ass.
Got him.
Wow.
Does he notice?
Yeah, he furrows his brow. Scarecrow, that's all you.
Scarecrow is going to check on cats.
Oh yeah, Cats, who is knocked away by Irene Garvin, when at the threat of her husband's life. Okay, so Scarecrow.
Standing over cats,
Mhm.
kind of leaning in, folded in half,
Yeah.
and kind of like petting it. Pretty kitty, I can make you better.
Goes.
Oh my god.
Make
Good.
some
You
friends.
little,
Make
you
some
little
friends.
ruffle.
Yeah, he looks up at you. He says, You will help me?"
I can
No, this is gonna be
better.
sad.
And he turns and looks, and you see fire behind his eyes. He says, "Yes, do it. Help me stop them."
This isn't gonna be good.
God,
Just
cats is
drags
making me
him into the
terrified.
bowling basement behind, like where the
Oh,
and stuff happen in the
no.
back.
Oh my god.
So, using words that are permissible on a, PG-13 rated podcast, tell us what happens to poor innocent cats.
Innocent cats, innocent cats gets taken apart and restuffed and made better.
Oh, no.
It's taxidermy.
Is that pretty much what it is? Just taxidermied? He can still move, though. It's just like it's going to take him a while to get,
Mhm.
used to it.
Depending on how he reacts, the Scarecrow may or may not have to stitch his mouth shut, like Dorothy's.
Jesus. Yeah,
Is
so
it made of like things from around the bowling alley?
Yeah, and bits of the Scarecrow, you know.
bits of the Scarecrow,
Aw.
old shoes,
Some of the Scarecrow's hay.
Doritos for the ears. F, yeah, let's get an F in chats for cats who did not make it. Oh, man.
He
So
chose this.
He did,
The Scarecrow finally got to make a new friend.
Right?
It's true. That was the whole point of this.
Do we see what happens, or is it just like, the cartoon dust cloud, and then when it stops suddenly?
To be
Like a
honest,
button-eyed scarecrow.
this is,
The shadow on the wall.
Oh, yeah.
and it's just him.
Right, yeah, you like reach through him and pull something out, and it's the heart beating. And then he's like shaking his head no, putting his hands up, stop, and you just... Oh, man.
So this is like straight up encouraging fashion, though.
Oh,
where,
yeah,
like,
no,
his
it's...
friends just go against him.
Yeah, no, it's so good. It's actually perfect. And then the bowling slowly stops as all of the reptoids are just staring at Cats, who's just like wiggling a little bit, but not moving, and then just falls over. Just turns 180 degrees, or I guess 90 degrees, and just flops sideways.
Scarecrow standing next to him, all proud and everything. Big smile.
Right now, you're stuffed with some orange cat hair.
You guys are one.
Oof.
Friends forever.
Value road.
And
My friend.
the
I made
power,
him better.
the power just sort of peters out on the projection machines, and the reptoids just kind of look and just drop them and start running for the doors.
Wait, I can make you better too.
Does anybody try and stop them? Anybody get in the way?
I think Cecil is still bowling. He's trying to get back.
So I've gotten a beer and a plate of nachos.
Oh, yeah.
Of bowling alley nachos, and I go over to Harold, who I assume is in a sort of post brainwash haze.
Yes.
He's like,
Yeah.
And then I get him propped down in a chair, and I give him a beer and some nachos. That'll probably set him straight.
Yeah, he grabs the beer, right, and he brings it. He's like, all right, anniversary already.
Yeah. I almost like the idea that he's still semi-brainwashed, but Irene's just kind of fine with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like he made a lot of sense to begin with, so.
Yeah, he's just sort of I just sort of prop him up in front of the television. It's just good to have him back in the house.
I just like having a man around. Oh yeah. All right, Dahlia, what do you? Because your uncle just sort of looks at you, he's like, none of that went at all the way I was expecting. I thought I was going to need to get in there and clip some wires. That was a unstable portal to wherever it is the whales live. They were, what were they doing with the bowling balls?
Yeah, I don't know. All I know is I would be nice to the scarecrow.
Copy that. Well, we were able to, we didn't lose anybody, and the blimp's okay. We're gonna go back to patrolling the skies. It's actually, it's a little weird being here. Time's affecting us differently, and, I'm a lot older now than I should be, and I'd much rather it be that time didn't notice. So, great to see you there, niece. And, if the space whales, bother you again, this time don't answer the phone.
That in mind.
Yeah, great. Fishman, I respect your society. As long as you leave ours alone, we'll stay above ground, you stay below.
Are you telling me to get out of town?
No. I'm just saying, we're dealing with space whales, so it's, your fish, water.
It's a different time now.
Damn.
Racist uncle.
He's not racist.
He's a little racist.
And
It's 2020. We accept fish people.
And Harold, it was lovely to meet you. Scarecrow, don't follow me. And he just starts walking away.
What's Cat doing?
Yeah, he's still just like, you think he might be trying to wiggle away, but it's going very slowly. It's not going well.
So this, I have an idea.
Yeah.
If you guys will humor me. So I have this lovely skill called I'm a cat person. I really don't like dogs.
Yeah, it's true.
And he seems like he could use some help. And I've always liked cats.
True enough.
So I'd like to roll to see if I can get him to believe everything's gonna be okay and you can come live with me in Musclebird.
Haha. Yeah, go ahead and roll.
It's like a piece of furniture.
He's like, no.
Yeah, all he gets out is a single stuffed tear, right? It's blue thread that just sort of comes out and then just detaches. But you're just like, whatever that is, and you just take him away.
Yeah.
I like to imagine he's made out of real material because it's like an animated world and stuff, and he's actually a knit
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
real object.
Right, he's like claymation or
Stop
something.
motion. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. Cool. All right. It was not a great big kaboom, but it was an end, to be sure.
It's a terrifying end.
It was a terrifying end, but I mean, it was always going to be.
I want Cecil to have an 80s montage of what he's up to, afterwards.
Yeah, just describe that a little bit.
Where it's so and so is doing this with their life.
Yeah, retro patterns, pop music.
Yeah. Cecil's kind of just going about town, chasing lawn gnomes and everything, and still working a small time. He set up a small time private investigation office, probably within the Hopscotch building or something. He's got a little office there, so you can keep an eye on all the illegal things too. And he ended up joining a bowling team, so there's a Polaroid still of him, not in his usual Dick Tracy outfit, but just this weird bowling get up and everything. He's got the thumbs up with his bowling team.
I love it. Yeah, that's really good. He's giving the thumbs up.
That's like you see him just doing like the silly things, and then it just kind of ends with like the camera panning out of the Polaroid and him just thumbs upping at the bowling alley.
Nice. All right, what else we got for the Fallout New Vegas ending scene?
So who won the battle of the spiders and the Mothman?
Oh, the spiders.
Okay.
The Mothman were too distracted by your spray, because your spray actually did what it was supposed to. So it brought them in, but they were, it was like a moth to flame.
Yeah.
The spiders were called to action to destroy, to defend their home.
Yeah, so I think Bevel, he gives up his door-to-door salesman life and kind of settles in the Hopscotch building. And he's really excited about his new career, but he gets stuck in middle management. And we get a scene of him looking out the window, and all the snakes are kind of drooping and sad. And somewhere he sees a little kid, drinking a bottle, and it's like a bottle of Coke, right? But then it blurs for a second, and you see Dreamy along it, and he sighs, and he's like, "Those were the days."
Oh no!
Bevel, need that report by 5.
Right? Yeah. Right. And as the thing closes, we hear a different manager repeating the same thing. It's like, "Hey, did you finish that report? Hey, I gotta have that."
Yeah, there's just another cubicle.
Oh no!
But in that cubicle is a female Gorgon who's also daydreaming and stuck in her mid-management life, and they make eye contact. And one of Bevel's snakes perks up and goes, "Ooh."
Oh yeah, it fixes its tie.
Yeah. One of them straightens the other's tie.
Yes. Okay. All right. So there's hope. It's depressing.
There's hope.
Capitalism, but there's hope. All right. What else we got? Dahlia, Irene, and Scarecrow.
Yeah. So Dahlia started to try to move on with her life. It's been a crazy school year. Summer's coming to an end now, and she's going back to school. She's gotten the whale well basement cemented and has patched up the hole in the wall.
Mm-hmm.
And her home life has gotten better because she's got her best friends Musclebird and Cats hanging out now. Cats has his fancy little collar with a little bell on it, and he hasn't seemed to quite figure out walking yet.
Sure.
But he seems happy.
He's trying.
Got Musclebird to keep him company.
True enough. Okay. Irene and Scarecrow.
I've got one. All right. So it's late. It's night. Maybe early in the morning, like 3 o'clock in the morning. And Irene, the alarm for the morning, the bell rings, but for half a second, she just shuts it up right away before Harold wakes up.
Yeah.
She slowly gets out of bed. She goes downstairs past all the cats and dogs and animals and stuff. She feeds all of them. There's a bit of she puts food in dozens of different bowls that are all around.
Mm-hmm.
She goes down into the basement. There's it looks like a washer and dryer, just like a normal washer and dryer, but you realize it's made out of just cardboard or nothing or aluminum foil. She just picks it up and moves it.
Oh no.
The trap door underneath it. We open the trap door, and there's just a room full of, oh God, what even would it look like? It's just incredible mechanical hodgepodge nonsense. It's just appliances and big weird blinking television screens and things like that. And she's turning things on. She's twisting dials and knobs. She's pressing buttons. And there's a big ceramic tile on the floor, a big spherical disc on the floor.
Yeah.
And she takes a note out of her pocket and she leaves it on like a little table, and then she gets onto the pad and she connects two wires, and there's just a big burst of blue light,
Yeah.
and then she's gone.
Oh, shit. And we don't have any answers, do we? Can we zoom in on the note?
Yeah.
What does it say?
It's just like really like beautiful like grandma stationery, and it just says Harold in cursive, and then on the inside we see that there's stuff written, but we don't get to see what's on the inside.
Yeah, of course not. Why would we? Why would we say? Why would? Yeah. Come on. Season 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just says, "Gone to get some groceries."
God.
All right, Scarecrow. Talk about it.
Scarecrow's sitting on the porch in the rocking chair, back where it all started.
Mm-hmm.
It's got like one of those pieces of hay in its mouth.
Yep.
It's watching the sunset. Little stuffed doggy Scarecrow next to it, and is kind of like admiring its garden, interspersed with the corn of all the new Scarecrow friends that's hanging up there.
Sure. Okay. So there is some peace. Now, what do you think about shoot, what was the name? No, it was like
Dorothy?
Dorothy. Yeah. I was like Janice. No. Does Dorothy come out and sit down next to you in the other chair? Have they accepted the gifts, the change?
I think Dorothy's still wandering around somewhere, but the Scarecrow knows she'll come home.
Okay. So you're just sitting on that rocking chair, just waiting for the day, watching.
Have the light out on the porch, waiting.
Okay. Yeah. Very, very nice. Yeah. You know, I'm almost tempted to do one more little GM move, but I honestly think that's a pretty beautiful ending. So I think that we will end it with just the very simple. You see at the extreme distance, Scarecrow, just duck, 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 duck. There's never a goose. It's just a lot of ducks all in a row, right? And they're going over one hill and down into the valley and up over the next hill. And then, we rack focus and we see from their perspective that they're just hopping down into this near transparent 2 to 3 inch, right, water, crystal clear, right? And they're just swimming out into just a beautiful and serene, lost lake out in the middle of the countryside. And with that, little end credits roll, kind of vignettes, just says "Courage the Cowardly One Shot." Finn. In fancy script.
Yay.
What happened to the secret agents?
They gave up.
Yeah, they gave up. They lost. They did not find what they were looking for.
Eaten by mimes.
Eaten by.
Oh my god. They got picked up by the white bus.
They are mimes now.
Aw.
You
Bones and all. You
mentioned
couldn't
not
show that.
wanting.
Would you say, Amanda?
Sorry, you mentioned not wanting to do a GM thing.
Yeah.
But can we get a little end recap like we did for everybody else of Nessie and the agents?
The mime bus is good. Yeah, I mean, I think so. Okay, I guess to keep it into the spirits of what happened, Nessie gave the ducks the direction to Lost Lake. The ducks started at Nessie's place and then sent them to Lost Lake. So Nessie's still hanging out there. The party, unfortunately, did not go talk to her, so she is still trapped. The ducks cannot help out. On the plus side, though, the party did not aid the federal agents. In fact, you did the opposite. You hindered them quite effectively. They did not find Nessie. So there is a scene with them reporting to their superior officer, who, as it turns out, is also related to Dahlia, because what's-his-face, Uncle David Lynch there, is in the FBI. That both agents are forced to turn in their badges because they are unsuccessful in their job.
Aw.
and they're sitting there, you know, like Pulp Fiction style in like ridiculous workout gym effects, plotting how they're going to go back to nowhere and crack this case and get reinstated.
Well, that's promising for them.
Yeah. And at that, we have done it. We have
Wow.
answered all our questions that Nowhere had to ask. We have seen everyone's named skills used at least once. Thanks y'all for playing.
Yeah.
For having me.
Thank you for doing the courage one shot.
I know. Get that thing out of here.
Muscle bird.
Hold on, I gotta turn it on. I turned the map off. Oh, that's not the one. Shoot.
Well, I'll talk to you guys after the stream ends about what I think happens with Irene.
Oh, sure. Okay. All right. Does anybody have any final words before we get out of here then? It's okay if
Insert
not.
Cat's music.
Yeah. Chat, thank you so much for coming along for this ride. Had a blast. Thank you all for playing. You guys made excellent characters that meshed with the world very, very well. The first episode, I was not ready. I was like, oh, there's so many things. I don't know what's going to happen. And you guys took it and just absolutely ran with it. It was fantastic. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, to be fair, I still don't know what happened.
What do you mean?
Yeah. Just so much madness.
Oh yeah, no, game was actually crazy, but I think that we didn't control where it was going, but we were able to steer ourselves away towards good things and away from bad things in most.
It's a good ride.
Yeah, it was a good ride, very much so. All right, as is tradition, we'll end it with one final ad, and I actually am going to see if we can raid somebody because we did not last time, and I felt bad about that. So
Raid.
yeah,
Right.
ad now. Tom, hold off on spoiling anything. And I have to. I know.
Dave, is there a place where you can get swag for E-Dice?
Oh, there actually is. Don't you know it? You can go to Electric Dice Podcast on Redbubble and buy a Longboy or Quest of Longboy, the OG Electric Dice logo, a Chaos Candy, or a prize winner.
How?
And maybe someday a
Thank
beholder.
you.
We'll see.
What about the bro holder?
I do not own the rights for that, so I cannot sell it. But if somebody wants to draw a bro holder, we would get away with it. Yeah, we could get away with it. Yeah, it wouldn't be the worst thing we ever did.
Fair.
Yeah, true enough. Well, cool. All right, looks like Zweihander is streaming. The other people I don't recognize that that are online right now, unless any of you are streaming after this.
Nope.
No.
All right, let's do it.
We
Everybody ready to raid?
ready.
Ready?
Raid, raid,
Ready?
raid.
Hold, brothers.
Whoa!
Raid.
7 are raiding.
Ah!
Right?
Okay.
Yeah, we're doing
We
it. Right?
All right. Yeah. So Irene turned into a pure energy being.
Whoa!
Oh
What?
my god.
Oh.
She's evolved.
Yeah. She's. I think she just is a Pleiadian now.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Well, that is a gibberish nonsense word. So sort of whatever. I think it means she became a pure energy being.
Gotcha. Okay.
Being of pure good vibes, essentially.
Oh yeah. So would you like bring her back out of space time if we did a second season of this, or is she gone
No,
from
I
this
think-
mortal coil?
I think Irene has
Ascended.
gone to a better place, but not by dying. That's for scrubs.
Sure. So
Come on.
what made her feel comfortable with leaving Harold behind?
Just feeling like that he was going to be safe.
Hmm. Okay.
It's all in the note. He explained. She explained. It's all in the note.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Reasonable.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for playing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think
So what
Bevel's
is what
works out?
is the future of this